All right, welcome to today's live stream. It is Monday, July 14th, 2025. Hope you're doing great. And let's dive into what's going on in the equity markets. We're seeing really no clear direction, a lot of sideways movement here lately. Dow up 19, NASDAQ up 61, S&P up slightly. And the big mover lately has been crypto. Have you taken a look at Bitcoin? Holy smokes. Ethereum is another one. Look at Bitcoin. I think this is an all-time high, or did I see it went over? Excuse me, the high was 123,140 USD for Bitcoin. Wow. Silver. Look at silver, 38.63. That's US, so slightly off, but it was up to over $39 yesterday. So we're seeing some big moves and almost mind-boggling moves, frankly. So let's get into it today. And we have a couple stocks I want to bring to your attention. If you're new to the platform, by the way, welcome. Thanks for being here. Glad to have you here. Streaking Stock Rockets is where we list the stocks that show up under the winning stock tab in Stock Rocket. So these are the frequent visitors to that page. And we've noticed over the years when stocks show up there on a regular basis, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 times, that it's a really good sign. And that could very well mean that you'll make some good money with these stocks. So we've got one that we call To the Moon. It's shown up for 8 times on that list in the past couple of weeks. So if you go to show details, up pops a window. First introduced to the Stock Rockets on June 30th, as you can see there. And then you can see the days that it kept making an appearance on that list. And we also have 2 stocks in the liftoff stage. RLX Technologies is one that has kind of bounced on and off in the past couple months. So that's been kind of interesting, but not a big mover. Kind of disappointed in that one. But today making a nice move, up 3.7%. 5-star stock. And then we've got Noble Corporation. So if you're into oil and gas companies, pays a nice dividend, over 7%. 5-star stock, a low-risk company. This could be something of interest to you. So we've added, as you can see, this little blue globe icon to the upper part of the page. And we're a global platform, which is so cool to say. And thanks to all of you for joining our platform from all over the world. But we really have a high concentration in France, Spain, Japan, Germany, and Italy. So thank you, of course, in the US and Canada as well. So if you click any of these, it will convert all of the words on the page to whichever language you are interested in. So as you can see, it does say beta because this is a very new feature that we just rolled out. So if you are, let's say if you're in Germany, test it out for us. Like, give us feedback, click through to German and you will see that everything changes to German, and we'd love your feedback. Like, numbers are numbers, right? Those don't change, but all of the wording does on the website. So let us know, for those of you who are bilingual, that you look at that foreign language versus US translation and let us know how we're doing, please, with that. So for now, I'll go back to English. And let's look at weekly earnings. This, the last few weeks have been slow and quiet as crickets. Nothing really although, are crickets quiet? I don't know. I think they might be kind of loud. But anyway, we always say quiet as crickets. Or crickets for silence. I don't know how that works out. But anyway, I digress. So bank stocks posting this week. BlackRock posting this week. But the big ones, Citi, Wells Fargo, First Bank. Big. Albertsons posting tomorrow before the open. I mean, it just goes on and on. But I think one of the biggest earnings that are going to be watched closely is Netflix, right? Technology stock, what's considered in that category, watched very closely. Those numbers are going to be scrutinized very, very closely. You got Travelers Insurance, 3M on Friday, and Charles Schwab on Friday. So huge. Bank of America on Wednesday. Huge, huge week across the board, from banks to airlines to technology to healthcare. I mean, it just is going to be a massive week. So, which is good because the market is really, I'm seeing it's having more of a challenge, like finding its footing, because, you know, stocks are kind of moving sideways, slightly up and down, but it's been this way for a few weeks. And that makes it a little more challenging to make money in the equity markets. We need definitive big swings, right? That's super helpful to know which way to go with this equity market. I would say more long than anything else at this point. When I click over to the percent of stocks above their 50 moving day average, it's dropped a little bit from the highs last week. So that's interesting too. So there has been a little bit of a selling pressure on stocks, probably across the board. Might be some profit taking, but, you know, again, seeing that number come down a little bit is, I think, a positive sign, actually. And I promised you an AI stock that is under $10 a share, and I think is really poised to take off. Big Bear, you know, it's my number one pick for the year. You know, I love this company, and the stock has been an interesting performer. Bounced off the moving average here. Let's see when that was. Last Friday, bounced off the EMA 15, but we still got green above red. We've got the price above all of the averages, now definitively above that SMA 200, and the MFI sitting at 71. So last few trading days have been to the downside, as you can see, but the volume is not anywhere near the volume that has been to the upside. So that is a very, very good sign when you see lower volume on the sell side and higher volume on the buy side. So I still think there's a lot more room to go with this stock. I'm personally buying the dips. Whenever it drops down, I buy the stock, but I also buy the leaps for this particular stock. And those are fairly priced. You can invest half of the money that you would normally to buy a share of stock that you would spend on a share. You can pick up a leap. And then you bought yourself some time, right? So when you look at, now, you know, buying the leap excludes you from the benefits of owning the underlying share. When you own stocks, you know, you get, like, if it pays a dividend, you'll get that dividend. You can also sell a covered call against individual shares. But if you own the leaps, you can't do that because it's already an option contract. I'm sure most of you know that who trade options, but just wanted to give you a reminder of that. And so basically all I do is I go out, like, as far as I can, January 15, 2027. And I just look at the contracts that are available for the particular calls. And I mean, you can look at this for the 5 strike price. You're only paying $4.10 per 100. So for $410, you can effectively control 100 shares of stock that would normally cost you right now $675, right? Because the stock's trading at $675. So just an idea to take advantage. You still get the upside appreciation, obviously. In fact, it moves even quicker than, or on a percentage basis, higher than the individual stock. So not only do you get leverage because you're putting less money to work for those 100 shares, but you're getting an asset class that is even more volatile or higher moving or lower. It works both ways to the downside too. But I don't think you can go wrong with the stock at this point, 675. And also wanted to bring to your attention, if you scroll to the bottom, and by the way, this language translation accompanies our homepage as well. So if you wanted to check that out in a foreign language, feel free to do so. But we wanted to point out that we disclose the changes that we've made in our changelog to the software. So when you're on our sterlingstockpicker.com and you scroll to the bottom here, it's right here, SSP roadmap. And this shows our changelog. So these are all the additions, things that we're doing with the website so that you're familiar with what's going on. It looks like over the weekend or today added stocks from the New Zealand Stock Exchange. So obviously someone would have asked us to do that. So please continue to ask us. We will do our best to meet your requests. And if it's feasible and doable, we'll certainly implement. You're helping us make a really even better platform. So we appreciate that. And we did add the dividend yield. I spoke to a user of our platform, subscriber of our platform last week, and he's like, hey, I just want to kind of work my way around dividends. And at that point, we didn't show it under the pick stock feature, the dividend output. So if you now go to dividend paying stocks and do a search, you will see dividend yield there. Do you see that on toward the end column here? So now we post the dividend yield, so you can easily see what the dividend rate is for a company that you're interested in investing in. So that's been a nice uptick there. And you can just go through and see all the enhancements and changes and improvements that have been made and when they've been made. And we also give you a roadmap to what we're working on for the website, what is next for the website, and we don't have anything in our committed but later, but basically what's in progress and what's coming up next. So I wanted to bring that to your attention because we get a lot of questions about that, and we have so many moving parts to this business that we're running that we want to make sure that you get your questions answered. And if you have questions for me, please feel free. From the homepage is our stock form. And if you go to stock form here under the homepage, you can type a question here or post something. I think I'm the most recent poster about Big Bear Holdings, and which is the company I just spoke about. But feel free to post here under our main stock form. I'm in there answering questions along the way and giving advice. So I hope that's helpful. Or post under the live stream for today if you have a question. Here's the live stream section that's happening right now. You can click join live stream and ask a question here, and I'll be happy to answer it. I'll answer it on the next call. Live stream for today if you have a question. There we go. I don't need to hear it while we're streaming live, but you know what I mean. But I noticed I hope my volume wasn't too low there for today's call. You'll let me know though. Hey, appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. You are making this platform awesome. We appreciate your input, your feedback. It's so